Tonight, we have on Pistons Talking 7, the world's leading expert in rusty bottoms. That's right, Simone from Hooked on Classics is here to share her knowledge and welding experience with us all. So, don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them in the comments there, and we will ask if I actually read them. So, yes, without any further ado, grab your pot noodles and your bottle of juice drink, or whatever you're drinking at the moment. It can be anything, even tea. Even tea will do. So, grab your beverage of choice, snuggle down in your 1970s sofa, and put your hands together and apart, and then they get together again, and then apart again, which is normally called clapping, actually. So, put your hands together and applaud Simone from Hooked on Classics.
Hello.
Hello there, and welcome to Piston Talking number 1397.3. And this week we have Simone from Hooked on Classics, as I've probably already said in the intro. So, welcome, Simone.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm okay. Not long had dinner.
Good. But a more important question is...
Who are you? Who are you, our kid? Who are you?
So, who are you?
I'm Simone.
Very detailed answer. I can't imagine there's anybody that watches my channel that's not already familiar with Simone's channel, but in case, on the minuscule chance, Simone, take it away. Sell yourself. Well, not yourself. Sell your channel.
Do that. No, I'm Simone. I've got a tiny little YouTube channel. I do a little bit of mechanicking, and I'm trying to get a qualification in welding.
That's welding, not weddings.
No, I don't want to do that kind of thing. That's just crazy talk.
Who in the right mind would get married, honestly?
Yeah, crazy. I do a bit of volunteering as well, and try and help the community out if I can.
Is community important to you?
My local neighbourhood community is. Got some good friends where I live.
Okay, so it's like kind of like a close knit community, is it?
Yeah. Well, there's a certain amount of us which are like quite close. I've got two neighbours across the street, and I helped my neighbour out who's from America. He's got no idea about mechanics, and he needed his front brakes looking at. So I looked, said they needed to be replaced, and I replaced them. So I did the work for him, and then he helped me with my garden, because I don't know much about gardening.
What car was it that he had?
He's still got it in this. It's a modern. It's a modern Nissan Micra.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a few years old, but it's easy to work on. Well, with brakes, I don't know about electrics. They scare the crap out of me. Language.
The thing with more modern cars is they've not had years to rust and for bolts to round off. So
that is very true. But saying that, I've seen the underside of modern cars that are rusty, and then on the other side of it, I've seen 50-year-old bolts undo.
That is true. More modern fastenings seem to be cheaper than older ones.
Oh, I'd agree with that, and I'm sure there are a few people in the comments would agree too.
I don't like them people in the comments. They don't make any sense.
No.
Well, that's a good point to see who is in the comments.
Yes, who is
Barry was here. I don't know whether he's still here.
Oh, Becky, thank you.
Peter is here, and he says hello.
Hello, Peter.
A lot of people do that.
They do.
Alex is here, so we'll not say hello to Alex. Becky says, hello, Judge and Alex and all the other peeps.
Oh, Judge. Hey, Barry.
I'm here. Simon Easton is here. Dick Dastardly is here. And he exclaims, and I suppose this is a potent question as well. And I can't remember whether we tackled it at Brushtiville. He says he likes Tizer, but I can't remember whether you like Tizer, Simone.
I missed the chance of having some Tizer at Rustaville.
All right, okay.
I haven't drunk Tizer, I think, since the 90s.
So then in that case, going on what Simon said, because I didn't get to taste any either at Rustaville. I don't think I did anyway, unless I blacked out. You'll remember proper Tizer. Apparently modern Tizer's nowhere near as good.
Oh, they changed it?
Yeah. I think they've took sugar out like they did on a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah, it ends up with like a really kind of weird taste.
Yeah. Like artificial sugar's worse for you than normal sugar.
Yeah, they can be.
It's just chemicals.
Was it they call it aspartame in fizzy drinks?
Yeah, that's the one. You can get some sweeteners that don't have that in there, but what's point? Just have sugar.
Says Simone drinking fizzy drink.
Yeah, I'm drinking. Oh, you viewers might notice I've got a different Hello Kitty mug today.
Ah, cool.
This one's Julie's that she's never used, so I thought I'm going to use it instead. And it's got one of them twist. I don't know whether you can tell. It's got a spirally straw in it.
Simon has a question.
Say that again.
Simon has a question.
Oh my God, no, he doesn't, does he?
No, please don't.
Question for Simon to read out. Oh, I've just asked that.
No, not
Do you like Tizer? I mean, the only thing that you can really say when anybody asks if you like Tizer is trying to fill in the gap while he finds the correct video to say about Tizer.
All I can say is, I don't know.
Oh.
Hey man, I'm Tizer. Thanks for liking me.
Do you like Tizer?
I like Tizer. 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 I like Tizer. I like Tizer. Do you like Tizer? You should like Tizer too.
I like Tizer.
You should like Tizer too. Do you like Tizer?
You should like Tizer too.
Completely not weird at all, that is. Completely not weird.
Definitely not weird. That's really funny.
Alex says she likes your hair.
Thank you, Alex. I just had a shower, so it's probably why. I spent the day, just in case anyone doesn't know today, I spent quite a few hours cutting metal, shaping metal, and welding metal. So, and it wasn't at college; it was in the shed.
Then this is all on TC.
Yeah, not on TC, but on parts from TC.
Parts from TC. Oh, is this in your little shed downstairs?
Yes.
A little welding shed, which is a bit like the TARDIS on Doctor Who. It looks like a tiny little shed from the outside, but you've managed to fit so much stuff in there. You've got like a workbench and stuff in there, haven't you?
I have, and I had an idea. When I went to college, they've got this gigantic metal bench, and mine's wooden. So, and for wood burns, and it can catch fire. And my shed leaks a bit, so it gets damp, and it'll end up going. So, I was thinking, measure it, go and buy some angle iron and some sheet steel, and weld one, make one.
Good idea. Good idea.
I could film it, you know.
Very good.
Building a metal bench for welding.
Do you find do you find that kind of video does well?
Not really sure. I mean, I've got to be really honest. I mean, my videos don't get a huge amount of views. Every now and again, I'll get one that goes berserk. But on the whole, I think I get like less than 1,000 views per video.
Yeah, same.
You know, YouTube can be really fickle. I thought the Citroen Saxo video was going to do well. It hasn't.
It is a shame that, because I could tell you put effort into that one. You got different camera angles and everything.
Yeah, and it was raining. You know, so that's not my first choice of filming in the wet. You know, it's just like, oh, I've got to do this because a friend of mine's only given me like a few hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to do what I could really with the little knowledge I've got of Citroen Saxos, because I didn't know that they were based on the 10 something. Peugeot.
106, yeah, 106, and Saxo was the same.
I had no idea until I was told this. You know, so I know that like a lot of YouTubeists who do that sort of thing, they do a lot of research before they make the video, and they do like little scripts and stuff. Ed from Twin Cam, he's brilliant at it. And I'm terrible. I haven't got a clue. I get in the car and I spoke about it, but I didn't really know a lot.
Well, I find that, again, it's kind of, YouTube's a bit of a weird thing, because you get super popular things, and then you get things that aren't as popular but completely different, but the same. Like if I'm reviewing a car, I don't do any research on it at all, because I want my video about a car to be how it makes me feel about it. I don't want to get bogged down with stats.
Yeah, I mean, I learned a few things, but at the same time, when I was driving that Saxo, it took me by surprise at how light it was and how agile it was, and you just throw it around. It was quite a lot of fun to drive, and that's it. I did enjoy it, but I just wish it wasn't quite so wet.
That's just the reason to go back and do it again next year.
Maybe, yeah. My friend has actually got an orange 106, so I might have a look at that one.
Comparison video.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
It's worth a look.
So what have you got your plans for the immediate future? So before Christmas, what have you got planned car wise?
Well, what car wise?
Car wise and anything else wise.
Okay. 2 days ago, I got a call from my father, and he gave me a Crimbo present.
Oh.
Of a certain amount of money.
Oh.
I now have enough to buy the EcoFlow, so I can actually weld TC in the garage.
Fantastic.
So I'm really pleased, and I'm still waiting for my £60 from YouTube. That will go towards a panel that I need for the car, that I can cut the old one out and weld the new one in. I want to get that wing. Well, this I'll show everyone. You'll see in the new video. Keep your eyes open, people, because a new video is coming, and hopefully tomorrow. This is my new axe. This is the wing rail, and this sits. Hang on. This is where Alex will enjoy this. That's where the window is at this end. Yeah, and you can see the holes down here. Look. So the wing bolts into these holes, and the front that goes underneath the slam panel. So, and then you've got the curved bit, which is into the wheel well, the front wheel.
So it's got a bit of the wheel arch bit into it as well.
Yeah, but the problem is, because this is an aftermarket panel, it's not shaped quite the same here. This bit, because normally it curves in slightly and goes down quite sharply. So a lot of this will be wasted. In one way, I'll cut a bit off, but I can always use that to weld something else, to do a patch repair or something. So it's not going to be wasted. And this was really, really well priced at £45.
That all? That's quite good.
That's all.
Considering how much pressing's got into that.
Yeah, quite a lot of work has gone into it, actually. But when I looked at the car, at this end, here, the thin end, here, you've got, on the car, you've got a panel that goes on top of it. Can't see the face. And it curves down like that. And the hinge bracket goes here. for the bonnet, there's a lot of layers in there, and I need to unpick what's on the car. So I'm kind of hoping that underneath all this stuff on the car is not rotten.
What happens if it is?
More repair work.
Is that like a new bulkhead type panel?
Not quite. No. I need to remove this anyway because you've got the wiring plugs in the bulkhead that need to come out.
Yeah.
A lot of them get very, very stuck because they've been connected for so many years. And I spoke to a few members of the Mark III Owners Club, and they said that the bungs that go into the bulkhead do get really, really stuck. You need to heat them up with warm water.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I don't have a warm water supply in my garage.
But you will do when you get your battery.
Yes, I can boil a kettle.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing, actually. I was looking at, if anyone wants to know about these EcoFlow things, the EcoFlow Delta 2 that I'm getting, it can put out a huge amount of power, but I'm blown away by the amount of power that an electric kettle can use. Just to boil some water. It's crazy.
Yeah, they are mad because they are literally just like a big heater, aren't they? That's all they are, really.
Yeah.
And modern kettles as well. People seem to forget how long it used to take to boil a kettle, whereas modern kettles...
I've got a whistle kettle.
Well, you'll not be surprised how long it takes to boil a kettle.
Hey, Rob.
Let's have a look at some more comments. In that case, somebody might...
questions.
Yeah. Pingu's got a question, but it's not really a question. Now then, smashing hooks, how's your piston classics?
That's a very complicated question.
It is, isn't it? So we'll gloss over that one. Becky says, I wish my hair was that nice and long. Maybe you could sell your hair, Simone.
Don't. Yeah, I could do. Yeah. It needs recolouring because in the middle of my bonds it's starting to go.
Bonds. I've not heard somebody use the word bonds since I came down to see you last time.
Bonds,
Noggin, yeah, if I use that one. Me and my friend, when we had a band at college, one of the names we called it was frag bonds, like a fragmented head.
Oh wow! I wouldn't have known that unless you told me.
Matt says Cheeseburger joined the chat on my random live stream earlier. Some bloke got arrested outside McDouberry's. I'm confused by that statement in two ways. I assume he means General Cheeseburger, not a cheeseburger. Although it's Matt, it could be a cheeseburger.
Well, in this day and age, it wouldn't surprise me if the police arrested a cheeseburger. It really wouldn't surprise me.
Maybe it was Matt that got arrested outside McDouberry's.
You never know.
I'm still here, says Barry, so we know Barry's still here.
That's good. That's good. Barry, I haven't forgot about your mug.
Peter P, which is Peter Parker, obviously, says, what does Tizer taste like? What you'll need to do, you'll need to watch Alex's video about that, Peter, and you'll find the answer hidden away in there. Can you remember what it tastes like, Simone?
No.
Okay.
No, I can't. I kept thinking it was a bit like Iron Brew, but I honestly don't remember.
See, yeah, I remember what Iron Brew tastes like, and I remember Tizer tasting different, but I can't remember what it does actually taste like.
Oh.
Simon's got a question again, because that's what Simon does.
Yes.
Would you like to know? Would like to know? Not would you like to know? He's not asking us if we'd like to know about his hobbies. Probably best not asking Simon about his hobbies. I know what Simon's like. This is getting confusing, actually. Simon's reading a question from Simon to Simone.
Okay.
Would you like to know of any other hobby? No, start again. Would like to know of any other hobbies, obsessions, interests Simone has other than car/bike?
I have a number of things that I like to do outside of cars and bikes and mechanics and welding and stuff. So I do like my plants, but I'm not very green-fingered, but I'm getting better. I've
Do
always
you like
forget.
Alan Titchmarsh in that case?
No chance. Nowhere near. He could. Oh, I'd get confused. I am an avid coin collector. So I've been collecting the 50p's for quite some time. Got the new coins out now, which is really nice. But I like old coins as well. Other than that, I've been a video gamer, collector, player since the early 90s. My very first games thingy was a Spectrum, which I've still got. Probably why I'm single, you know. Still. Yeah, my Spectrum I've still got. I don't know if it still works. But I've got a big cabinet full of games in here. And I've got loads of games consoles underneath my TV. I don't play them all the time, but I did get, at one point, I was really addicted. I think it was between like 2008 and 2016. I was really bad. I mean, I had like 12-hour gaming sessions. You know, it was really bad. And I love my music. I've got loads of records, CDs, tapes, you know, and I've got books as well. I love my books. I've always liked physical media. Always liked physical media. And if I had to get rid of it, I would be absolutely mortified.
Which is your favourite media? Which is a
Vinyl
really weird question.
Records.
Vinyl.
Vinyl records.
What is it you like about them?
It's the physicality of it. You know, if you buy a brand new LP, you go to the store, which is what I used to do. You know, if there's record day, a brand new album came out that you're really looking forward to. So you heard a song on the radio, and it was like, that's really good. And it's like, I've got to get the album. And back then we didn't have like Spotify or whatever it is. That's Zipcrete. So we'd turn up outside HMV or Virgin Megastore. And for me, it was always HMV. I always preferred HMV. So I'd turn up outside the shop, and like I'd see loads of my friends there as well, waiting for the same album. You know? And like we'd all go in and pick up a copy of the LP or the tape or the CD or all three. You know, because like there's always like differences, because you could play your tape on the go, or you could choose CD or vinyl or the LP at home.
Yeah, and I think people forget that.
Yeah, but the thing I always enjoyed was with records, you could take the record out of the sleeve, then you've got the sleeve on the artwork around the record itself, and you could sit there for ages just reading information about the song that you're listening to. You could see you could see the name of the person who played guitar, you know, and information like that. Just I loved it, but nowadays you don't get that.
Yeah,
if it's downloaded, you know nothing.
Yeah, that's true. And like on a vinyl, it's like the record sleeve, like you were saying, you've got the artwork on one side and the info on the other. A CD, it's on the booklet, but it's inside the case. You can't see that until you've bought it anyway.
That's true. Yeah.
It's very, very, vinyl's a very accessible collector's media, I think.
The only thing I have an issue with records nowadays, back in the 80s when I was a kid and I buying my first LPs and stuff, they were really cheap. And nowadays that's ridiculously expensive. And sometimes I look at it and think I can't justify spending 45 quid on one LP.
Yeah. You know, not when you can listen to it for free on Spotify.
There we go.
Even Google Music, you can play stuff on YouTube for free.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. But I mean, normally I'll go and buy the LP. If I go into a charity shop and I bought 2 LPs that were sealed, they'd never been played.
Yeah.
And one was David Bowie Changes, and the other one was Bob Marley. And both of them had never been played, still sealed. They were like £1 each.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Because some vinyl's still in that stage, isn't it, where people that used to play them all the time or collect them all the time have passed away, and then there's going to be a big gap where there weren't anything being made, and then there's going to be another spike again.
I think around 2000 to 2010 there was basically a void.
Yes.
You know,
A
not
void
much coming out on LP at all, really.
Shall we have another advert?
Why not?
Elephants.
Yeah, talking
So
about-
Finger's got an actual question, and it is: Simone, have you done anything to Connie's bonnet since Brushdeville?
No,
There you go. That was a very quick and simple answer.
I've opened it a couple of times.
Is it still say Rustyville
Got
on
to be
it?
honest, though. Got to be honest, nothing. Before we continue, I was going to talk about some records.
Yes.
Talking about Brushdeville as well. I went to Brushdeville with Alex. Alex, me, and Raimi went to Gloucester, and we went to a record shop, and I managed to find a record that I've been looking for over 20 years,
Ooh.
and it's this.
I can't see what it is. Oh, yeah. Never heard of it.
This was never released as a single, so it's quite a rarity.
Oh. Is
So
that why
there's
it's no white sleeve then?
Well, there's two of them. One was black and one was white. And if you notice, the corner's been cut off. Not on purpose. They were printed like that. And they're embossed with the MJ logo. And I've been collecting MJ stuff since I was 12 years old.
That must be at least 6 years.
A little bit. But I was trying to find all the promos and all the odd remixes and things like that. So yeah, it's just really nice to find it. And if I hadn't have gone to Brushdeville, I wouldn't have found it.
So Brushdeville again, bringing joy to the masses even when it's finished.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
One of the most important questions I have to ask you if you went to Gloucester, did Alex take you to look at the candy floss machine?
No.
Did she tell you about the candy floss machine?
Not that I remember.
Alex!
I can't remember. Alex, did you tell me?
I can't believe that she's not told you.
The candy floss machine.
You would definitely remember if she told you. There's a candy floss machine, and it basically makes funny shaped and coloured candy flossers, but
oh wow, okay.
It's automated. There's no person there. It's a robot.
Candy floss. I do like candy floss. Actually, I've not had it in years.
I like candy floss. If you go to the seaside and there's candy floss, donuts, or rock, I'd always go for candy floss. It's more of an event eating candy floss.
For me, that's a difficult one, actually.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't think I'd go with the donuts.
No.
I'd either go from the candy floss might get stuck in my hair, so I'd probably go for the rock.
What shape rock though? Then you get into the other side of seaside cheekiness.
Well, yeah. The only downside with the rock is like you might break a tooth.
Yes, that's true.
So you've got to be careful. Seaside food, you know.
I did have more questions. So you've already mentioned Connie. So how's Connie at the moment? You said you've not done anything to her since Rusterville. How are you feeling about Connie?
I need to do a proper service on Connie. Need to do change oil in the engine filter, that kind of thing, pollen filter. I need to try and figure out how to get the gearbox oil out.
Is it a serviceable item, the gearbox fluid?
I have seen it done. There is a massive, great plug underneath the gearbox. But I don't know where it goes in the top. and I don't
Yeah,
want to get that wrong. You know,
I'm going to
but-
say you're probably best working that out before you take it. The stuff
yeah,
out.
but you need to measure what comes out to get the correct measurement back in, because if you do it wrong, you can mess it up.
Yeah.
The only other, because like where I park, my road is a bit on a hill, so my handbrake is useless because the Rover 75 handbrake is usually really bad. So I just leave it in gear, or leave it in neutral, or park. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you pull it out of park, it's doom, and it shouldn't do that. And I think it's due to the oil. So the only other thing that concerns me as well is the sills where I had them repaired a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy ripped me off. Didn't do it properly.
That's when you got painted black, weren't it?
Yeah. The guy said he'd repair them properly, and he didn't. So all he did was like outside of the sills, the outside bit, not underneath, where it fills up with dirt and rust. I've seen the replacement panels online. They are blooming expensive. You're talking like, I think, if anyone knows what they are, I'm sure I saw it for like 250 quid each side, I think it was.
That is quite a bit, isn't it? Because I suppose they are, again, they've got a lot of pressings on them, but they are quite big, but still.
Yeah, really thick, chunky piece of metal. But getting that, I don't know if I could fix it. I don't know if I could weld it. I really don't.
Oh, you could. I know you could.
Was having the space as well, because I can't do it outside my house.
No.
You know, and now I've got the going to be able to get the EcoFlow soon. I might be able to find somewhere where I can do it. I don't know. Maybe visit Alex.
So we've already covered off Connie. So poor Alex. So Pink is the next one.
Oh dear. I am really, really disappointed with myself for the bikes, both of them. I think it was early this year. I did a video on the bike where I was supposed to replace some wiring connectors because they'd all got mangled up and chewy. So I bought the little spade connectors, and I bought the little plastic things that go inside them and everything. It just never happened.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. We've talked about them before, didn't we? That were a while ago.
Yeah. The engine hasn't turned since you visited, like 11 months ago. So, the oil pan, the O-rings in the oil pan, they're leaking.
All right, okay.
So I ordered new ones. They're in the kitchen somewhere. I can't remember where I put them. I was going to change those, and I never got round to it. And then I moved TC because I thought I could weld it at my friend's house, and I couldn't. I think one of the main reasons I couldn't weld it at her house was, yes, it was on a driveway behind a door, but it was still exposed to all weathers and everything.
Yeah.
And the ground, I'd be more comfortable on a bed of nails. Honestly, it was so rotted, and it was like basically square bricks put in a pattern, and the cement was like sunk in around the edges.
Yeah.
You couldn't lie down on it.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't sound ideal.
No, it wasn't fun. Like trying to sweep up the rust, it was terrible. You spend more time trying to sweep the rust out than cutting it out. But the problem now I've got is now he's in the garage. The garage gets extremely damp. And it's a council-owned garage. I don't know if like a dehumidifier might help. But then
maybe.
Are dehumidifiers powered? I don't know. Can you get ones that automatically suck in moisture? I've got
no idea. No idea. Is that to stop TT getting any worse? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, basically. If anyone knows how dehumidifiers work, let us know. Pop it in the comments if you know, because I haven't got a clue. I don't know if they need to be powered. I haven't got a clue.
No doubt Matt will have some sort of dehumidifier joke that'll pop in there.
Very possible. Yeah, so Pinky still needs a lot of work. But the idea, going back to TC again, sorry, this year, the idea, if anyone doesn't know, the idea with TC, I wanted to get into Rustival. And then when I found that the chassis leg was more rotten than I expected, it just opened a can of worms. Because I bought I bought a tow bar for the car, and I was going to buy myself a motorcycle hitch. So I could put the front wheel on the back and then tow Pinky behind TC to Rustival.
Which would have been epic. It would have been really good.
It would have been awesome. It would have been awesome. But as it stands, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And I think that realization kind of, it was a negative. It really knocked me for quite some time. It's like I just didn't want to do anything.
Yeah. I can imagine, because it's like having a target and then realizing you can't achieve that target at that point.
Yeah, exactly. But then I had to take a step back from it, and when I did, I went through some of my old videos that I'd filmed like four odd years ago, and especially I don't know if you've seen it, the one where I fabricate the floor mount for the seat, the driver's seat.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that one. Yeah. I
looked at it and thinking, I did that. You know, and you have to. I think sometimes you have to look at yourself and think, I did that. I can do it. I can do whatever it is I need to do. It's just sometimes the job hits you in the face a bit, and you kind of, it can knock you. It can knock your confidence. It really can, even though you've got a skill to do something.
Yeah, it's like when you're faced with a massive task and all you see is the massive task part, but then you break it down and you're like, I can do all them little bits.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened though. I mean, Pete said to me, he said, look at one thing at a time. But sometimes when you look at like one thing, you like look at that and you think, oh, that's over there, that needs doing. And you look over there, that needs doing. And then it gets too much. It's really easy to get, what's the word?
Bogged down?
Overwhelmed. It's really easy to get overwhelmed.
But not so easy to get overdrives working, I've heard.
Overdrives? Overdrive. Oh, yes. Yes.
my dad's MGB GT, since he put it back on the road, the overdrives never worked.
Oh, no.
And he's always been like, oh, it's got to be something simple, but in back of his mind he's always had that I'm going to have to take gearbox out. And the other day he took it to his mate's garage and he went, just take switch off and just touch wires together instead to see if that works. So all this time he could have just bought a new switch for like £8 and it'd have been
Was that all it was? Was a switch?
Just a switch on top of the gear stick, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, the car had been stood for literally 8 years. So when we put it back on the road, loads of like little electrical gremlins kept showing the faces. So we were basically chasing connections around and cleaning them up and replugging them. So
I think I'm going to be doing that at some point.
Probably. That seems to be an old car thing. Like the airbag light on the ZS has decided it don't want to turn off now. So that's going to be one of the connections under the seat because it's always there.
I've got the airbag light on the Rover, but they always do it. They always do.
They're a pain, aren't they?
They are. I mean, all you got to do is slide your seat back, slide it forward, and it turns itself off. You know.
Maybe that's what it's there for.
Yeah, it could be. I noticed Alex is still here. Hey, Emma. I have here. I don't know if Rainey would like it. I think I've still got it. It's a glue together Herald.
I think Rainey's already got a glue together Herald.
It's an Airfix Herald.
Simon's got a question.
Yes.
Again, I'll try and read it out without messing it up. He says, where/who has Simone worked for in the past? What sort of jobs? Self-employed? Anything mechanical? That's a lot of questions.
That is a lot of questions, actually. Work history. Are you trying to employ me?
I think he's got a copy of your little what's that maroon coloured folder that we had when you left school? Were it National
Oh yeah,
I think he's got a copy of yours and he's just going through it, making sure it's all
yeah.
fact.
Basically, I had mine when I left school. I think it existed for another 8 years until the spine just collapsed. um, yeah, I don't know what's happened to that thing. God, what did I do when I was younger? I used to work in a seaside town. Worked in a fudge shop. That was my very first job.
Fudge shop.
Fudge shop. I used to eat the fudge. They didn't mind. Yeah. Bad for your teeth, full of sugar. I worked in restaurants. I worked in bars. Used to worked in a few nightclubs. Did a bit of promotion for nightclubs. The most fun job I ever had was Chicago Rock Cafe.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Working behind the bar, serving drinks. Ended up in the kitchen doing food prep and stuff. And we used to get you'd be working at the bar, and this was in the 90s, so you could get away with a lot of stuff back then. And I was going around picking up glasses, and this just random stranger just ended up snogging.
That never happened to me in the 90s. I just got beer dropped on me and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I used to work doing glass collecting, and I had to fill the fridges up behind the bar when it were busy. And there'd be loads of times I'd be putting bottles in fridges, and there was this woman that worked there I think she was called Michelle, and she always dropped glasses full of beer on the floor, and I'd be filling the fridge up, and then kabang, and I'd just get covered in glass and beer.
Oh God!
Lovely night.
That's not fun. Well, working in Chicago Rock Cafe, they had to let us go at one point because the company got taken over by another business, and they rebranded and everything. But while they were rebranding, they changed how you work. So as soon as you work, that was it. Finish, go home.
Right.
Beforehand, you'd finish, sit with your workmates, have a few drinks, and have a chat and just socialize
and chill out.
And then go home. And it turned out that the people I was working for originally were fiddling the books.
Okay.
Yeah, you could drink whatever you wanted, and nobody cared.
See, that was one good thing about where I used to work, because on a Sunday I think it was from 8 till 10. It were half price cocktails, and because my friend was always working Sundays because he just wanted to get as much money as possible, I just used to go into work with him, but I'd just sit on nice side at bar drinking cocktails all night, because there were only ever 4 or 5 people in anyway. It were dead.
Well, after the nightclub stuff, I worked in Tesco for nearly a decade, and half of that time I worked night shift, and that kind of brought me down to earth with a bump.
Right.
I lost a relationship out of working night shift in Tesco. I didn't eat properly working at night shift in Tesco. So yeah, I lost weight working there, and I also lost my tonsils.
You lost your tonsils?
Yeah.
Did somebody buy your tonsils?
I ended up having to quit work one night and go to a hospital, and they had to cut them out.
Okay.
Yeah. So really bad tonsillitis.
Yeah.
And after that, I worked for a water treatment company. That was good, but it just didn't last.
Right.
Economic crash of 2008 took care of that.
As it did for many folk. There was
Yes,
plenty of stuff closed down, weren't they?
It was bad. And ever since, I've kind of drifted from job to job, doing little bits and pieces here and there, nothing really substantial. But when I lost my job doing the water treatment, it was because I'd been employed for such a long time. It hit me really badly. So I started drinking, smoking, didn't care about anything. Ended up with like severe depression, anxiety. A lot of bad things happened. Nearly lost my home. And I found that I was spending way too much time with the neighbours, just getting drunk, not wasting my life. And I woke up one morning thinking, what the heck am I doing? So I went to the nearest shopping centre and asked everyone, have you got any jobs going? And the only place that would take me on was a charity shop. And that charity shop saved my life. I've got no doubt about that. No doubt about that in the slightest. If I hadn't have got that little break, I'd be in a completely different place now.
So it was like a big turning point in your life then?
It gave me purpose, like helping people. And I felt like I was doing some good, instead of sitting at home, getting drunk, smoking, and playing video games.
So you're a big advocate for volunteering, because you still do volunteering now, don't you?
I do. I volunteered for a number of different places, and for whatever reason, things came to an end. And at the moment, I've been volunteering. I think it's 3 years now. Helping the local community. People who need food, who can't get out, disabled, elderly. If they've got mental issues, if they're at end of life, and they just need some support, and if they need a meal and someone to talk to, sometimes I've gone to one of our customers, gone in, and she's in such a state, and I've just sat there, made her a cup of tea, and just listened to what she has to say, and it as I've got older, I've found that people need that. Yeah. They really do.
Do you think people when they're younger, you just don't kind of think about that kind of thing?
No, I don't think you do. I think people when they're younger, they know it's there.
Yeah.
But because that doesn't directly affect you, then I don't think they realise that will maybe happen to you at some point, or someone you love.
Yeah.
I think you appreciate more the older you get.
I'd agree with that. Are you ready for a quiz, Simone?
I certainly am.
Right. I'll play the quiz intro and then we'll get into it.
Here we go. It's Fishy Four Wheels or Fishy No Wheels.
Basically, they're either cars with fish's names or fish with just fish names.
Right then. Let me try and share this window.
That's brilliant.
Oh dear. Right, so yes, it'll be a name, and you have to say whether it's a car and a fish, or whether it's just a fish,
Okay.
or maybe just a car.
Okay.
People in the audience, people in the comments can have a go as well. Yeah. But I'll scroll down to the bottom of the comments so I can actually see if anybody does join in. Record of achievement. That's what I was trying to think of. Matt's just told me what it is.
Oh, before we continue, would anyone like to see a dinosaur?
Oh yeah, people should have a look at a dinosaur. Look, that is definitely a dinosaur. That's Nessie.
That's Nessie. It's definitely a dinosaur.
Right then, question 1. Barracuda.
Ooh. Fish and car.
Fish and car, we reckon. Let's have a look at the answer. It is indeed a fish and a car.
Yes.
They do look nice, those. I would like one of those. Question 2. A Kelsia. Or Kalisa, maybe. Maybe it's Kalisa. It looks like it's Kalisa, more Kelsa. Kalisa.
I'm gonna go with fish.
Fish. Let's see what the audience think if anybody wants to answer. I should have set up a timer, shouldn't I, really?
Maybe.
Peter says car. Becky says hats. I know what Becky's on about, but I'm not going to say. Alex says car. Mark says fish. Becky says car. I think most people are saying car.
Oh, hang on a minute. It's just come to me now.
Go on.
I'm changing. Can I change my mind?
Of course you can.
Car.
Okay. Bidink. It is a car.
It just immediately Hubnut came to mind.
Barry got it right. He even put Perodua at the beginning. Question 3. The Manta.
Fishy car.
Fishy car. Let's see what anybody else in the comments says. Some of these are very, 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 very easy.
Okay.
And some of them are like, what? Like that. Alex is just naming gemstones for some reason. I don't know what she's doing there.
And sweets.
And sweets. Yep, Opal Manta.
Good looking car.
There's a Mark 1 Cavalier for sale on, I can't remember whether it's eBay or Auto Trader.
Ooh.
That looks quite nice.
You know, I got sent, before we continue, I got sent a little link for a car for sale.
Oh, yeah.
Austin A35.
Oh, yeah, I kind of like them.
Yeah, I do. I'd love to drive one.
They're very small. Very,
So
very,
am I.
very small.
So am I.
That is true. You are very small.
Yeah, so I could fit in quite easily.
There was one that the Sheffield car show, the classics on the moor, and I filmed it, but it would done up like a race car, like it had got slightly fatter wheels and it were lowered, and even the little Austin badge on the front, instead of it being normal, it were like a little waved flag. It were really cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I liked that.
I think the one that was sent to me was like £1,200 for a. It was rough, but it wasn't knackered.
That's not a bad price, that.
No, it's true. But I wouldn't have anywhere to put it.
That is also true. No, you could probably fit it in a shoebox somewhere, but
Probably could. Yeah.
like just park it in your shed.
Yeah. I still keep trying to think what I would replace my Rogue 75 with if it dies. I don't think I would want a modern car.
As modern as Connie, or more modern than Connie?
Less modern.
Less modern. There's plenty out there. Question 4. You are.
Shoestring Shed has arrived.
Yay.
Yay.
We've not seen him for a while.
Good to see you, Jim. Piranha. Oh, car and fish.
Car and fish. What does the audience think? Alex says just a fish. Mark says car and fish. Judge is having a go as well. Just fish. Good. Jimmy says car and fish. It is car and fish. Although that's not the actual car that I was thinking of. That's like a race version of one. But there is one called that.
Yeah, I can't remember what the Piranha car looks like, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But I'm pretty sure that there was such a thing as a Piranha car.
There is.
It just doesn't eat people.
No, not on a good day. The Chimera
car.
Ooh. What's the audience thinking? I'll be honest, I thought there was a lot more car fish names than they're actually found when I was doing this quiz.
I was just going to say, if anyone gets the brand, they get a Chuffy badge, but Jim did it before I said it.
So Jimmy says car, Barry says car, Alex says car, Mark says car, Becky says car, Peter says car, Ujudge says, are they all cars?
I don't know.
I went off early as usual, says Jimmy. So this one is a car and a fish.
Is it now?
It is a car and a fish.
Have you got a picture of the fish?
I have not got a picture of the fish.
Oh,
Because I thought nobody would want to see the fish.
I'm curious.
You're curious about the fish.
Mm.
We'll have to do that as a follow-up next time.
Yeah.
A stingray, is that a car fish or just a fish?
Carfish.
Car fish. It's dead easy, that one.
Yeah. Gorgeous car.
Dolphin.
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 Yeah, that's a car. Oh. Am I thinking it's a fish as well? I'm going to say car and fish.
Car and fish.
Mm.
Yeah, it's French for dolphin. So maybe we're pushing the boundaries there because aren't dolphins mammals?
They are.
So we're kind of pushing the boundary there.
Yeah, but they live in water, so I'll give them that.
That's true. They look bloody ugly though, that thing, honestly.
No, I don't know. I quite like it.
Do you think? I don't know. I mean, steering wheel's that wrong side for a start.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The spur dog.
Spur dog.
Mm.
I'm going to say fish.
What's everybody else thinking?
I've never heard of that before, so I don't know. But I'm going to say fish because it's
Jimmy
got
says
dog in it.
fish.
I'm going to say fish because it's got dog in it.
Barry says fish. I'm sure there's some logic.
Potato.
Becky says dog.
I judge makes me laugh. She's so funny.
Potato. Peter says sounds fishy. It is a fish. Look, looks like a little mini shark.
Yeah.
And there you go, Alex. There are some fish pictures. A slick head.
Fish.
Becky's put plane. What's the audience? Baby. Jimmy's singing Baby Shark.
Baby shark.
Actually, this is quite funny because if I say, Alexa, play Baby Shark. We're hoping it'd trigger Alexa wherever Ujudge is sat.
It won't trigger anything here.
Barry says car. Jim says fish. Alex says fish. Someone else has got to have a Ujudge
says
wheelie fish. It is indeed a fish.
Yay! That's
And
not
he I guess say it doesn't. I just made Rob's Alexa play Baby Shark.
Brilliant.
It doesn't look like a very slick head, does it, that fish?
No.
It's very strange.
If anyone's wondering, you can change the name of Alexa to computer or something else, so it doesn't get triggered.
Oh, where's fun in that?
Exactly. Yeah, actually, yeah, good point. They do look like sweets, Alex.
They look like sweets. Just remind me next time I go to Alex's, if she offers any sweets, say no, thank you.
There might be fish.
It might be fish. The Bulbous Dreamer.
Sounds like the name of a caravan.
It does sound like the name of a caravan. Jimmy says that's him.
Oh God, I'm going to say it's got to be the name like a 1950s American car. It sounds like it, doesn't it?
It does. My hand says all.
Oh.
And then Udge is sensible and just says fish.
I judge sensible.
Are you ready? Ping! It's a fish.
It is oh my God, that thing's huge.
It's bloody horrible, doesn't it?
Big fish with big teeth. That's like there's a name for that family of fish, and I can't think what it is. Anglerfish.
Oh, yeah. Those with the little bits on the headlights up and stuff.
Yeah. Looks like Barry's ex-fiance.
Rob says, bulbous dreamer just sounds like an insult. You're an absolute bulbous dreamer.
Oh, that's a good giggle.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like something you'd get from Ann Summers, but nobody's mentioned that. Kung Fu Fish Barry. I think there might be another question. Oh, here we go. The Pearl side.
Pearl side. I'm going to go with car.
Jimmy says car also.
I'm going to close my window a minute. The neighbours are smoking weed.
Oh, no, not again.
Yeah. They like
Offer him a fish sweet. Oh, we've got some guesses coming through now.
I'm back.
It is. It's a fish.
Oh.
It's only a little one.
Yeah, it looks it. 7 inches.
Well, I think that might be centimetres. Yeah, centimetres.
Oh, blimey, that is tiny.
Tiny.
Yeah.
I can't remember whether there's another question. There's either another question or it's my avoiding copyright end screen.
Oh.
Oh, there's another question.
Oh. That'd be a fishy boat car.
Fishy boat car. Jimmy. Becky. Marlon Brando. Marlon Monroe. I think people are slowing down now. Ready? It's a car.
Oh.
Car and fish. How nice does that look?
I'm sure there's a boat called a Merlin.
Probably is. There's probably loads of boats called Marlin. And I think this might be the final copyright non-infringing end screen. Yeah, there we go.
Car.
Look, it's SpongeBob at Bikini Bottom.
I've got to be honest, I kind of like that picture. Shock horror.
Well played, says Bob LaPunge at Bikini Bottoms.
SpongeBob looks a bit peed off.
Well, there we go. That was the quiz. Let me just get that off my screen now. How did you find that quiz? Was it as how you expected it to be?
No, that was quite funny. I enjoyed that. That was good.
Yeah, I thought there'd be loads of cars that had fish names, but I think I managed to find like 10 at most.
That's pretty good.
So
Yeah.
random quiz. Has anybody else put any questions in here for you? Let's have a look.
While you're at it, have you got any screwdrivers free at the moment?
Screwdrivers? We can put a screwdriver advert on to see if any appear.
Okay.
If I can find it. Oh, so many adverts. Where's my screwdriver advert gone?
Hello, Georgia. Georgia's arrived.
Is she going to say hello?
It's very possible.
I ain't got this.
She's currently having a wash.
Oh, she's like Jack. That's all Jack does. Oh, here we go. Screwdrivers. If you haven't got one, get one. I've got one. Mine's here. Have you got a screwdriver?
I do, actually.
Oh, God, that's a big one.
And it's a Phillips screwdriver as well. They're the
Is
worst.
Is it a Phillips or a Posi drive?
No, it's a Posi.
Oh, they're the best ones.
It's a long one.
It's a long one. I spent ages looking for all my screwdrivers the other day, and then I remembered they were all in MG because I would take it dashboard apart.
Jimmy's got a very good point. JIS.
Oh yeah, I don't
Very
think
good.
I've got any Japanese ones.
I'm sure I've got one somewhere. It's very, very good.
Only on the screws that they're designed for, though. Udjudge's got a question. What is the next thing you want Simon to create an advert for?
I really don't know. I need to try to think. It's very difficult.
It is. I mean, it is for me. You could just pick anything that you can see.
I'm trying to think of the most random thing, but you've already kind of done that. Lampshade. That was brilliant. As soon as I saw that, it was just so funny. I don't know how to think.
Well, you can come back to us on that one.
I will.
I don't know where my lampshade advert is. Oh, here it is. I'll put lampshades on.
Okay. I do.
Lampshade. Everyone loves a lampshade. Lampshade. Buy 'em while they're nice.
Brilliant.
Jimmy says engine jam. I thought I'd done an advert for engine jam, but I haven't. I've done videos on engine jam, but I've not done an engine jam advert.
I think Norman did one.
I'll have to do another one then. Another engine jam advert. Alex's assets put hats, and Becky's put hats. I don't know what they're on about. Do you know what they're on about?
I haven't got a clue.
Random. Pingu says an advert for, or advert number 4, 10mm sockets that don't disappear.
That's a brilliant idea.
That is quite a good idea. But
Yeah.
where am I going to find one?
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. I did that for charity for all the lost ones,
It's 10mm sockets and number 2 Posi drive screwdriver bits that go missing.
I lose very frequently flathead screwdrivers. They just go.
They just disappear.
Yeah. Yeah, if I'm looking for a flathead screwdriver, I can't find one. End up using a butter knife instead.
How many butter knives have you got?
Proper ones. 2.
See, this is a thing. You know, like when Boaty did the toast rack thing?
Yes.
How many people actually have butter knives nowadays? Because I know we've not got one.
I've got 2 proper butter knives with the cream coloured handle. I've got 2 of them. I've had them for 20 plus years.
I don't think people sell them anymore, do they?
They're really hard to get a hold of, from what I can tell.
The last
Didn't they used to use the bone from elephants?
Oh yeah, you used to get ivory handles and
That's
stuff,
it,
didn't
ivory.
you?
That's it. But I don't know what the butter knife yellow handle's made of.
See, we got Julie's mum a butter curler a few
Mm.
years ago. I don't know whether she uses it. I just wanted to buy it because it's cool.
Jimmy's just set an advert for butter knives.
There you go. An automotive butter knives.
Mm.
Advert for automotive butter knives. Oh, that kind of gives me an idea. Let me write that one down.
That's a good idea. And Pingu said streetwise roof bars.
Oh yeah, I still want to put some of them on Gen Z.
Is that for an advert, Pingu?
Get them before they go extinct. What was the other one?
Try and find a set of roof bars for a Rover 75 Saloon.
Yeah, they're not very popular, are they?
No, they're not out there. Actually, the other week, I was out in my car in the 75 and I saw another Rover 75 with the boot rack.
With a boot rack?
Yes. And I looked into it and it's actually a thing that you could buy from Rover.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it does exist. The boot rack does exist. A bit like harking back to the P6.
Ah, I see. I'd rather have a Tourer.
Jimmy just said you can get universal bars for a 75. Where from? Are they from Argus? You have to drill the boot for the rack. Yes, you do.
Rowie 750? What's Matt on about?
That was the Chinese version of the 75, wasn't it?
It was.
I quite like the Roadway 750.
Was it not just exactly the same, but steering wheel were more
Tail
posh?
lights were different as well.
Oh, yeah, they were a bit roundy, weren't they?
Yeah, and they couldn't bring them over here because the emissions weren't good. I think they changed the engine to a less good engine.
I don't blame them.
Mm. I'm sure they could have imported one and then put in the diesel engine into it.
Would there be any point there?
Not really. Just be different. It would be nice, though, to see a Roadway 750 at a car show next to a Rover 75.
I bet you could just get a 75 and dress it up, though.
The boot looked very Mercedes. No, was it Mercedes? Early 2000. Yeah, the boot looked very early 2000s Mercedes.
And we like reprofiled it or something.
Yeah, reprofiled it and like the back end kind of like dropped off the sides. It was very different.
Very strange. 50 was coal powered.
Sadiq won't let my car into London.
I don't know why anybody would want to go into London, to be honest.
I haven't been there since 1999.
1999? Is that when you went to that party and you can't go back now?
Yeah, I went to that party and yeah, I'll never go back. That was a disaster.
Well, you had to party like it was 1999 in 1999. You had no choice.
Yeah. Oh yes, Alex drives Betty to London.
Did Betty not get charged?
No.
Wow.
Same as Jessie. I'm sure she doesn't get charged for driving Jessie into London either.
What about the Galaxy? Would that get charged, do you reckon?
That is the Galaxy, Betty.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking Peggy.
Oh,
you can drive Betty into London. That's crazy.
I could drive TC into London and like they wouldn't do anything. But, you know, with having holes and no bonnet, no wings and things and, you know, light missing, they might question it.
All classics are exempt, says Alex.
They are.
Even me. Would I not get charged?
Yeah, it's over 40 years old. We're classics.
Oh, that sounds depressing.
Yeah.
Well, we've been going for an hour and a quarter. I think that's quite a good chat, Simone.
Yeah, thank you very
Hope
much.
you've enjoyed it.
I have. And if you haven't been to my channel, feel free to fly over and say hello.
yes, anybody that's not subscribed to Simone's channel already should go over there and subscribe now. And if you don't, I'll send Ernest round and he'll tickle you.
With some pickle.
Pingu's just put in the cars for when your mullet is not enough.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, well, guys, look out for tomorrow. I'm going to put a video out, and I get a friend of mine to help me remove some stuff, and you get to see me do a bit of welding.
Ooh, welding jobs are always the best jobs.
Absolutely.
Have you got a choice of what video you want us to play out on, Simone?
A choice of video.
Ooh.
Shower.
The shower one. Let me
Yeah.
see if I can find that.
Thanks, Alex.
Here we go. So again, thank you for joining, everybody. Thank you, Simone, for being such a gracious guest. And we shall catch you on the next Pistons Talking, whoever that's going to be with, at some point in the future. Bye.
Bye.
Do you find yourself in the shower, but also needing the loo?
Just do it. Let go.
Pee. You can just wash it away.